Okay, so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about dread maintenance, washing, and removal today. I've had my dreads about 15 years and I'm in the middle of taking them out. I had 52 dreads and I think I'm down to about 19 now. So what I would do to maintain the dreads is you get a tiny hook like this. I have a size E, and basically what I would do is take a dread and any excess hair, you get little strings that come out. You just take the hook, wrap it around that piece of hair and pull it through the dread and just kind of weave it through, and then you can snip off any extra ends. So that's what I would do to kind of keep my dreads together. And for washing, a lot of people ask me how I wash my dreads, and I use this tea tree clear shampoo. I found that any shampoo that wasn't clear kind of left a residue on my dreads because they're black. So I stayed with this brand right here. It worked really well for me. And I like the tea tree a lot. So after washing, you shampoo the roots of your hair and rub it through, kind of get everything sudsy, and then I would rinse it out. And then towel dry. And then I would divide my hair down the center part with the dreads on either side. This side I would twist back with any excess hair, and I would keep twisting all the dreads on this side. Kind of like that. Kind of just twist them back, make sure all the hair is back. And when I get a big group of them, I would just tie them back in a rubber band. This side, I would take and just twist back, and do that to the whole hair, and then put it up in a ponytail or maybe two ponytails and let them dry. And with the twisting, I never had to add any wax or anything like that to my dreads. They just really dreaded into themselves. As you can see, it just started at the base and goes all the way down. No wax or anything. And so that's how I would wash my dreads. And so now I'm going to finish taking them out, and I wanted to show you that it is possible to remove your dreads without cutting all of your hair off. Now, because I didn't use any wax, I can just take them directly out. But some people that used a lot of wax have found success with Naughty Boy shampoo or a deep cleansing shampoo to get some of that wax out of your dread first before trying to pick them out. Okay, so let me pick a dread here. I think we'll do one of the front ones, this guy. And I will put the rest of my hair up. Makes it a little bit easier so nothing gets caught. The hair that I've already taken out, as you can see, it's really kept its length. It is a little bit thinner than my hair I think will be when it grows out a little bit, just because, you know, you've had to pull so much out. But it's really kept a lot of the length. So even after 15 years of dreads, you can definitely still keep some length. And I just kind of braid this, and during this process it's taken me about a week so far to take out my dreads. So I have just been keeping the ones that I have out in a braid and just kind of tucking it up. So actually I don't think anyone has even noticed that I've been taking them out so far. Okay, so what I've been using are combs like this. They come with a metal pick on them. There was other people who have been using a seam stripper that you can get just at Joann's or Michael's or wherever to get started. It has a very sharp cutting point on it. So if you find that you're having trouble maybe getting started, you might want to get one of these just to work out some of the knots. But I found that it was ripping my dreads a lot, so I moved on to these picks. These pick combs right here. And I just got them at Ulta, so they're pretty common. And I'll just lay a little towel on my lap. And you just start at the bottom and just really start picking them out. And I have been using a little bit of this oil to help my hair if it gets a little sticky, or maybe if you did use a lot of wax. This oil that I've been using has been working great. I just also got this at Ulta, but it's, you know, I would assume that a lot of oils would work, but this is the one that I've been using, and you can just add a tiny little dab of that and then work it into the ends of your hair, and it kind of helps just loosen it up. I have not been wetting my dreads before, and I know that some people do, but I've found that the dry dreads just come right out. This can take a little bit. So I don't know, if you have a couple friends that are bored, maybe have them come over, start a movie, and everyone grab a pick. As you can see, there's some hair that's going to come right out. I have, you know, 15 years of hair that is wrapped into these dreads, so don't be surprised if you get a lot of hair that's coming out. Is really going to get pulled on here. So if you have friends helping you with this or anything, just let them know that it gets a little bit more painful up at the top. And, you know, and this is the same exact thing that you would do for the dreads in back. You might be able to get like a mirror if you need it, but I have found just being able to feel with my hands and use the pick, it hasn't been a problem for me to get out the back ones at all. Kind of getting to the end here. Really at the end I start combing it out a little bit more than picking it. Make sure I get all the knots out. So the complete dread is out. Just give it a once over, make sure all the knots are out. And then what I do is I will just go put a little shampoo in this piece and rinse it out in the sink, and then add a little bit of oil and move on to the next one. Now a lot of people ask me how I started my dreads, and what I did is I had my hair braided with extensions, and I left them in about 2 months, which is a little bit long, but it gave me a nice start at the base. for all my dreads to be similar in size and uniformity, and it was a nice rose. So I had it braided, and then after 2 months I would take one braid out at a time, and it had a nice base knot up here. And take a similar comb to what I'm removing them with, and I would just wrap them up, and then roll them out flat, and just continued like that. And it took, after that was done, it took about a year for me to get really dense locks, for them really to lock nicely. So there's a transitional year there for your hair to lock, or at least for mine. And I didn't use any wax. A lot of people do, and I think that helps them lock maybe a little sooner. And had them for 15 years, and it'll take me about a week and a half to comb them out. And so now I'm going to go and just rinse this guy out and then add a little bit of oil, so I'll be right back. So I just rinsed it out. I'm going to use a little bit of this oil just to kind of soften it at the roots, and a little bit of conditioning for it. And there you go. So, as you can see, just a little bit of time, and you don't have to shave your head necessarily to get rid of your dreads. But don't be surprised, you know, this is about 30 dreads worth of hair right here. And as you can see, it's a lot of hair. So don't be surprised if you have a lot of hair coming out of each dread. You'll still be left with enough hair to style and shape and cut later to whatever you would like. And that's about it. So thank you very much. Enjoy.